Because I was thinking about Elaine May, I was thinking about Ishtar, and because I was thinking about Ishtar, I got a book from the library about notable film flops, box office disasters that were supposed to be the next surefire blockbuster hit. The book covered a lot of ground, from Cleopatra to Popeye to Cutthroat Island and Showgirls, Shanghai Surprise, Waterworld, and Battlefield Earth, along with other badly damaged, terribly expensive properties. In each case, there were the same questions. How or why did this ever get made? And didn't they, or at least someone, realize how bad this was going to be? Also, how could the studio possibly afford to lose so much money? The answers to these standard questions were also typically the same. I think the first component of a true cinematic disaster is ego. That's followed by hubris, which is little more than the ego unleashed and in action. The egos are usually stars, and they are blinded by their own light. They think they're geniuses. They believe that the rules do not apply to them. They are attracted to risk. They think that risk means involvement in some creative endeavor, which is usually what they are all about. Creativity means being different, and it means taking risks, being bold when others falter. To the ego, you need to add money, gobs of it, and it won't be their money, but it will be money that can be spent to do things exactly as they want them done. They are, after all, after art, and therefore no expense should be spared. These egos are often called, flatteringly, perfectionists, meaning nothing can satisfy them unless it is exactly right, the way it should be. That can mean remaking a costly set or having as many as 50 takes in a single shot. The loss of time and money, not to mention completely ignoring the efforts of others, is not a consideration. Money, to them, is a dreary tabulation. They are after much more important game. Besides, their salary on the picture is guaranteed no matter what happens. Probably, when everything is over budget and time, they are collecting bonuses for sticking around. Their own cut of the pot is risk-free. So costs on a venture like making a movie can escalate exponentially, much faster than anyone could keep track of them. Sometimes, it's very funny to note, some expert will be brought in to stem the bleeding in one of these financial arterial gushers, hired at great cost. These people are usually ignored or fired. Next up is script problems. These range from having no script at all, to the script is being reworked, to several people having final script approval once the script exists. The script is the plan, the story, the map, the blueprint. No matter the size of the budget or the magnitude of the stars, a weak script is certain death. The worse it gets, the faster the loss of money, and the higher the cost of everything. Error has a momentum of its own. When things start going wrong, mistakes multiply. And when you build on error, it's like building on rotten timber for a foundation. Everything will eventually collapse and crumble. This is the phase in which objective people will say they are throwing good money after bad, but as in the case of the financial giants on Wall Street, the movie to be reaches a point where its losses are so staggering, coupled with the studio's desperate need for a hit, that it must endure further expenses simply to finally get some kind of a product, however tattered, that can at least be offered for sale. To all of this folly can be added sex, as when two stars suddenly find themselves irresistible, or when a director and a star become amorous during a shoot. The tensions and conflict created by this lovey-dovey are extremely deleterious and make for tremendous thundering gossip fodder in the industry. Drugs, like sex, have a wonderful way of destroying nearly everything around them. They're like a whirlpool that sucks everything in, sinking them down into a dark place where they are never seen again. All of these catastrophes have their counterparts in natural disasters, earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanic eruptions, meteor strikes. But the disaster most like a film gone wrong is the Titanic. A ship is being made that will be like no other, bigger and better, and absolutely guaranteed to be the most profitable liner in history. Indisputably, it's the most expensive. It will be perfect in every detail, right down to the china and the linens, powerful beyond belief, magnificent, majestic, words cannot do it justice, and indestructible to boot, the ultimate triumph in safe operation. And, of course, it sinks on its maiden voyage, with great loss of life and complete financial ruin. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. It is true that only the most successful and brilliant people, the Kevin Costners, Warren Beatty's, Francis Coppola's, and Robert Evanses of the world, are capable of such fantastic devastation. Lesser lights have to be content with their miserable, dim little failures.